All right. This is better. I think that I figured it out. And I got the microphone working, which is badass. And I think I got everything going. I think. Yo. All right, so I think I might have figured this out finally. I think I worked out. I think I worked out the two issues I was having, and I think I can. Give me just a second here. I think I figured everything out. So I just reran. What I did was I changed. I took my. I had my desktop on plugged into my desk, which has a bunch of outlets and stuff on it. It's like wired in, and I separated my desktop. So I don't know. We'll see. I was thinking maybe there was too much on one circuit. I don't know. So we're gonna see if this works, and we're gonna work this out. This is what I was going through before when I was like, I'm gonna fucking take a flamethrower. I was like, I'm done. Configure column. Nope. Current order book. Configure column. Aggregate. This is also bizarre. I've got like problems with add-ons are good. What we'll do is we'll load the entire day. 3 hours of storage. Load all that up. Try and retest that 440 down below here. See if we can catch it or not. Give me just a second here. I gotta load up some stuff. I think my mic is fixed too. And I think I can hear Trade the News finally, so I won't be talking over Trade the News. And I think I'll be able to hear it.
You're listening to
I can hear Trade the News now. Fuck yeah. Finally. This shit's crazy. Every time I rebuild this stuff, you have to like go through and rebuild every single aspect of it. And if you miss one little part, you're kind of fucked up. So I can hear Trade the News now, which is nice. I'm not going to talk over Charlie talking or whatever. It drives me fucking batty. Okay, so here we go. We're loading up the entire day, I think. See if we can get back to 9:30 here. Yeah, there we go. It's perfect. That shit was driving me fucking batty. I think that this should be it. I don't know. We'll see. This is the kind of stuff that drives me fucking nuts. But, hey, Omar, how are you? Yeah, what I did was Willie smoked meat. Yeah, so I did was I rebooted the computer and I moved the tower onto its own dedicated circuit. I have like I have a bunch of stuff on one circuit, and then I got my desk wired in, like plugs on the desk. They're wired into the wall and all that. So I switched the circuit. There's nothing else on this circuit. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the interrupted power supply, possibly. Maybe I have to get a battery bank or something. But it hasn't it kicked off. It was kicking off every few seconds. I took the glass off like Winky told me to do. Keep it cool. So we'll see if that helps. little bit of a Colbert bump on this one right here, right? 1, 2, and 3. Now this is kind of do or die for the bulls. Okay, so a question for you. So still have 140,000 puts. So we were at 92,000. We were at 90,000 puts. We were at 50,000 puts early. Now we're at 140,000. So tripling down on puts. They're only worth $1.32 now. This is expiring on 4/13, 440p. And so I guess my big question is, why do they keep loading up on puts? I see the basing on VIX. I see that. I get that VIX should be going up right now. This has to do with Biden. I can't see any other reason why it wouldn't have something to do with Biden speaking at 2:30. Someone must know some shit that we don't know, or they're just expecting volatility into the Biden speech. I haven't seen anything else about the Biden speech today anywhere, but I'm going to look it up right now when I have a moment. But I am concerned about it because everything is saying here indicator is up. There's still no real money selling. I mean, the call buyers are there. They've been there all day long. The dip buyers are there all day long. So there's something that I don't know. There's some volatility in the market saying that we're going down. I mean, I see why we're going down here. Son of a bitch. And did it just get rid of my... No, it didn't. So, I mean, there's mixed signals in the market right now. Like, I want to buy this dip bad right now. But you know how it goes, right? If Biden is going to speak at 2:30, you end up getting weakness, and then we come back, almost always. Unless there's some news about Biden coming out that we don't know about yet. Something unknown. We were talking about if it could be an unannounced rate hike. You don't know what could be said. Brainerd was kind of a nothing burger to an extent. I'll check right now and see if Biden's still speaking, but from what I was told yesterday, on Trade the News, they said 2:30 this afternoon, he's going to give a speech about prices, about something actionable to get prices down. Normally, I'd buy this. I'd buy this dip right here. Normally, I'd buy this dip right now. It's a perfect setup. It's
about a minute now to the results of the Treasury's $34 billion 10-year note reopening.
I mean, this is a perfect fucking setup.
To cover the last auction was 2.47.
Gotta change that fucking color back to green. Not that green, though. Not that green either. God, don't want that lime green. And I got some questions for you guys out there because no, not that green. That's nasty green. Come on, now give me better green. That's an ugly green too. All right, fuck it. We'll just take the shitty green. Like normally, I mean, this is perfect, right? I mean, just look at that, right? Nice 1, 2, 3, bam, bam. And that's how you do it right there. Textbook. 101 right there. Perfect setup. So why am I hesitant? I'm hesitant because the market is rolling over. I'm hesitant because there is a bid in the market. There's some good news in this market, right? If you get market internals, it's rolling over, but it's rotating.
The 10-year reopening drawing at 2.72%, 66.6%, allowed the high bid to cover 2.43. $2.43 bid to cover. It's a little lower than 2.47 prior, and the 8 auction reopening average of 2.49.
The TLT is rolling the fuck over again, which lines up with Biden's speech. SPY testing the lows again down below here. We are seeing currently some of the rug pull going on right now at 440. Don't like seeing this black area back over here. I don't like this wall of sellers coming in right now. And I don't like the weakness that speech could bring. Him making that statement yesterday. I don't like what he could say in this speech today. I don't know what he could say to bring prices down. That's what he said yesterday. I think it was quoted yesterday as saying, or his whatever her Packy or whatever her name is, said that she's gonna bring prices down. The only way that I see them bringing prices down is
Prime Minister Johnson saying he's paid his coronavirus lockdown fine, saying it did not occur to him that gathering was a breach of the rules. Apologizing for the mistake that he made.
That's funny. The key being is how do you bring prices down? It could be new trade. Could be we're opening up the oil fields. Could be I don't know, open up pipelines. It could be taxes. Could be a rate hike that's unannounced. So I don't know. I'm assuming there's going to be some weakness based upon him coming in because it's not adding up. It's not adding up right now. Why someone's buying, tripling down on fucking puts here. So there's some concern. So we'll see if 440 holds. I'm flat. I'm in no positions right now. I'm not short either. Brainerd was actually quite bullish, or not bullish, but dovish in her speech. She point blank. Well, first of all, remember we were saying that they were going to do QT in May, and now she's saying we're going to do QT in June. So there we go, right? The market should fucking rip to not all-time highs, but the market should be ripping on that news. And the market's pissed. And she said that they would have a light hand, light touch to the economy. They don't want to, destroy the economy. They don't want to destroy the stock market and push us into a recession, which I believe. That they're going to do all they can not to push it. Not whether they're successful or not, or they can actually have an impact that or not, it's not unimportant. I think the point is in her statement is that they're not bringing in a Volcker right now until that Senate is done and then the presidential election is done. And we probably saw the original run up.
They've not seen anything to confirm report that Russia's military equipment is being sent to the Finnish border.
We probably saw the original run up to 462 because people knew that's the case, right? And that would be the same thought process. I guess that's my point behind the bank helping out the VIX trade. That my question is, are there so many fucking banks wrapped up in long tail risk trades that they have to dump it before we start fucking cranking to? Are they already committed to us dumping down to 400, 360? So it's a contrived market. Knowing that eventually, because they're going to massage the market and the economy for the next, fucking 2 years, that they'll just contrive the entire fucking thing. Because the truth is, they're going to run it up till they break it. But the other fact of that though is, if they didn't know that, or that Fed puts right, the Fed put, they know is there now. to an extent. They have to stay the course to print the puts that they have to get us down. Unless there's some shit that's happening with Biden that I don't know about. Today it's got to be something. You know, what the fuck is he going to say to fucking control prices? There's only a few things that he can say. Either he's going to solve shortages, either he like takes over the ports or something, takes over trucking, price mandates, taxes, or is it just bullshit talk? If it's just bullshit talk, they're going to still let inflation run high. Which I think she even said that. Brainerd kind of hinted to that too, right? They kind of like inflation to an extent because it does take the money out of your pocketbooks and your wallets. Yeah, I think it's all a scam too. I mean, I'm on the scam side of things. I think it's all manufactured to an extent. Still lots of sellers coming in right now. Sellers leaning into SPY, trying to break through that 440 support that we have. Bulls do not want to give this up. If they do give this up, we talked about this one earlier. It's clear skies below. You can see it down here. 439, 438, you break it down, you get into 433. This is where the JPM collar is down below here. The JPM wants this. Maybe they get it sooner than later. It'd be interesting to see, too, if he closes those put spreads. If he ends up closing those put spreads, the impact that'll have on the market. I call him he. Jamie. So let's see if they get it sooner than later here or not, if we break through the support or if we trade higher. I would like to see 230 or so. If people are still loaded to the tits on puts, at 230 I'll end up taking that long trade heading into that speech or near that speech. I'm going to check up on it right now and find out if that speech is still legit. Or if anybody knows if he's speaking today. Yeah, right here. Oh, you know what? He's actually changing it. So they've put some color to this speech. It's today at 3:45 p.m., not 2:30. President Biden delivers remarks on lowering energy costs. And then it's a little more obscure afterwards. It says President Biden makes an announcement on his administration's actions to lower costs for working families, reduce the impact of Putin's price hike, which is complete fucking bullshit. Putin did not do a fucking price hike. That's so fucking stupid. You know what? It doesn't matter if the Republicans or Democrats. They're both going to do this stupid shit. And build a better America with bipartisan infrastructure law investments in rural communities. So I guess he's going to address 3 different aspects. It sounds like fluff. The whole thing sounds like fluff. Reduce the impact of Putin's price hike. It's so stupid. Yeah, Trump would have done the same thing. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter who the fucking president was. They'd be fucking blaming whoever. It doesn't matter if it's fucking... Yeah, I mean, it's stupid. If you guys go back, you guys can go back. Putin talked at I believe it was some EU conference on gas last November, December or something, and he was pretty plain. Like, for everything I don't like Putin for, of course, I don't fucking like that guy at all. But that speech was insane to listen to because he was point blank honest about the price that he sells gas to Europe, and then the companies within Europe that actually are the ones fucking straight up taking money or charging a much higher price. Right? That's almost like a mafia. But I guess olive oil and gas is like that, anyways. A little bit of strength now, or a little bit of squeezing higher on the SPY currently. So the whole thing's kind of weird, is all I want to say about that. So that speech, though, isn't until 3:45 this afternoon, not at 2:30. I thought it was 2:30 yesterday, but whatever. So that could take place after the bell at some point. They're saying 3:45, he's always late. So I'd assume that it's going to be after the bell. So you got no real volatility until after, or until maybe leading into the bell. You've got some put holders that want to see those puts print. I don't know if they let them print today. I don't know. Maybe. VIX is still rising right now as we're squeezing higher. Yeah, the taxes on gas. Well, there's a whole. I'll try to find the speech one day. A link to the speech for you guys. And it was fucking wild to listen to that speech. You know, I do not like Putin at all, but he was pretty fucking blunt and honest as to the price of gas and what Europe pays for it, and then what the consumer ends up paying for it. And the VAT. It's a huge markup from what he sells it for to them. And then the consumer ends up paying. You know, I don't think that they want food prices, though. To be honest with you, they want inflation to an extent. The more money out of your pocket, right, means. So the idea is this. This is the truth. You don't want to hear this, especially if you're poor, right? You don't want to hear this. There's a couple classes. Like, if you're poor, you don't want to hear this. If you're lower middle come, you don't want to hear this. You don't want to hear this if you're rich, but on the poorer side of rich, you don't want to hear these things. Like, it was like lower. If each class, the lower class of each class, doesn't want to hear that we actually want inflation, because those people are going to feel the most pain. Like, well, I should say this. I'm using misnomers here. So, like, if you can take loans out, you're good for the system. But they're trying to get money out of the system so that you're not demanding certain things. They don't want you going to the store to buy fucking lumber or wanting a brand new truck. If that makes sense? So they're trying to take the demand away to alleviate shortages. So that's like step one, right? And then step two is they want you to not have as much money to be spending. So they don't want everybody employed. They want a certain amount of people that are unemployed or searching for work or taking lower pay. They need to remove some of the money from the system. And that lowers inflation. Some of those aspects lower inflation. Right now, the demand is so high. Everybody's got a fucking fat checkbook, and people are looking to spend.
That's the only first repo operation. 85 counterparties taking $1.71 trillion.
So how do they get that? And then the other part is, right, they're talking about QT, but they're not doing QT. Right? They say they want to do QT in May. Now it's June. At least that's what she said today. Was June now is what they're talking about implementing it. So, I mean, the real question is, are they going to take the money out of the system or not? They have to get the money out of the system. until they get the money out of the system, we're cash rich. I'm reading articles about PPP loans, about Main Street forgivable loans, all kinds of fucking money. Like this one guy, I was reading this one story this weekend. This guy had a sign on his restaurant that said something about no one wants to work. Everyone wants to get paid more than they're worth, and all these complaints, right? Shortage of workers, and he was pissed off, and he was blaming Biden or whatever. But then you find out they came to light that this guy had owned a second restaurant, right? He owned 2 restaurants. This is down in Atlanta, I think, Georgia. And he had taken 2 fucking loans, forgivable. 2 PPP loans for like $250,000 on each business. And he bought a fucking new house with cash. With fucking cash. Like a $350,000 house he bought from these 2 forgivable loans for his businesses. And so, you know, the one you got people pointing a fucking finger. Everybody's pointing a finger at poor people and saying, you know, people that work for a living that make $20, $15, $30 an hour, whatever, right? And they're saying, you know, you shouldn't be demanding these things, and you're asking too much money, and the rest of you don't want to work. But, you know, for the pennies that these poor people got during COVID, if you look under the glass closer, you find out that there were, and this guy from Atlanta is probably, he's a small business owner. He's not the large companies that got even larger paydays, but the real money that went into the system, it didn't go to poor people. It went to people with more money than some schlep that's, you know, waiting tables or cooking in the fry cook, or you know, the guy that's trimming the weeds. It went to the guy that owned the landscape business. It went to the fucking Disney World. It went to fucking, you know, a bank. It went to big sums. And so dude, some of these stories you're hearing, it's weird. And then you got, both these people pointing fingers at each other. You got the restaurant owner pointing the finger at the worker, and the worker pointing the finger at the restaurant owner. And I don't really care about any of that. I just care about that much money being in the system. So, you know, you've actually got this restaurant owner that's got a fuck ton of money that they wouldn't have normally had, and they bought a house. There's other issues too, but there's so much fucking money in the system, and they're still not going to take it out. And so when they're bitching about inflation, it's, you know, to an extent, it's QT, right? It's probably the best thing they can do to get the money out of the system. Cap just said I was poor. Well, you know, like, let's be honest. Like, let's be honest. We're talking wealthy, rich, upper middle class. They got a lot of fucking money. But it's funny that they're both pointing their fingers at each other, but everybody got money. You know, they're all like, you, and it's like, nah, it's fucking all of you got money. Some of the biggest finger pointers got a lot of that money. And they didn't all use it for their betterment, especially people that have money. You could see it in this one restaurant. This guy was able to go out and buy a fucking $300 house, $350,000 house. I think it's called Arlington Cafe or something. It's in I think it's in Georgia, Arlington Cafe. And you know, the public dragged him into the mud and found out that he had gotten some pretty fat checks and bought a fucking house. And yeah, I guess if that helps you, I don't have anything problem with people having that one free paycheck or whatever. I actually don't. If it helps people out, if it helps people get a leg up, I honestly have no fucking problems with it, because the ones that have problems with it probably getting fucking more than you were getting, believe it or not, behind the scenes. And they don't think that you can find out, but you can. You can find out if they did get paid. And I don't mind it because if it stokes economic development, if there's a class of people that use the money appropriately to better themselves or to start a business or to get into a home that they otherwise wouldn't be able to afford, I'm fine with that. But for the ones that are out there fucking around with hookers and blow and all the other stupid shit, pissing it away, there's ways to get that money away from them. You can raise taxes on mortgages. You can raise taxes on properties. You can there's things that you can do to wean this money out of the system, and they're still not fucking doing it. So if they're still not going to fucking do it, the market should go up. $34 to $30 on SPAS. Squeeze up till close, King Crow's saying. Who's upset about $15? Oh, yeah, you know about this guy down in Arlington? And look, I'll be honest with you. And I'll be honest with you, like, some of that whole anti-work thing I'm not down with at all. Like, I have got no sympathy. When my dad was young, he moved us to a community that was just coming up. Boston used to be a shithole, a fucking shithole. It was a fucking war zone, and of course, it became expensive down years later when people people moved in and turned that city into a nice place to live. And it took 10, 20 years for it to happen. So when I hear someone like bitching about can't afford to live in fucking Santa Monica, California, or some shit. I can't afford a car in L.A. or some fucking nonsense like that. They can't afford a fucking rent in L.A. Like, get fucked. Go find yourself some town. Go to Wisconsin. Go to Cleveland. Go to fucking Detroit. There's places everywhere you can find across the country that are looking for young people to help create a community, right? So I got no fucking sympathy in that end. You don't have to join the military, but there are other ways to pay for college too, and you don't have to go to the best fucking college. Matter of fact, like the UCLA, USC, you can go to they've got 2-year colleges there. You can get 2 to 3 years of your college done dirt cheap if you're a resident. Do your last year and a half or whatever at UCLA and get a fairly priced degree. There's some states you can go to, like University of Mexico. There's a bunch of different places that are reasonably priced if you got good grades. And we need people to do, we need people that want to be mechanics or be laborers or people who want to do those things. They should get paid a living wage. But some of the arguments I'm not in agreement with fully. I can't afford to live where my parents turned houses into $500,000 homes. You don't have to. Go move somewhere where you can buy an affordable or a cheap house. Buy $100,000 house, and make that community better and make that community worth some money. That's part of the bootstrap stuff I do agree with. But I do agree that you should have health care, and I do agree that you should have a living wage. And the insurance system here for even fucking auto insurance is fucked up. And I don't think that students should have these absurd fucking loans that are out there for them. I think you can get some college for free or close to free if you look for it or do certain things for it. But the way our college system is completely fucking whack right now too. I agree with all that shit, or like that aspect to it. But right now, there's fucking money floating around everywhere, and they got to get the fuck on out. So that you're not trying to, but like that's what I'm doing, because I'm saying this and laughing my ass off because I'm going down to the Home Depot and I'm like, what the fuck? I gotta pay fucking $40 a sheet for fucking OBS? You gotta be shitting me. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I'm doing right now. So maybe they tax the companies, the lumber makers, or the gas producers. Maybe they take it from all those people and they force them that they can't raise prices. I don't know where they get the money out of the system, but they're sure as shit getting it out of my system. And of course, I'm going to pass it along to whoever I rent to, right? The Airbnbers that I'm going to have in there, I'm going to pass all those costs onto them if it supports it. Will, I have no idea why you got timed out. I didn't time anybody out. I don't time anybody out. You might have been timed out for maybe you said a word that YouTube timed you out for. Okay, was taking a massive Cleveland steamer. Yeah, Biden's speech is at 3:45. You told the wife they were going to be frugal as fuck this year. Yeah, totally. Cap, what do I need to do to trade full-time? I just want to focus on trading and working a day job. Make these trades with me this year. You make those 10 trades, and you'll never work again. Guaranteed. Unless you get that little gambling itch. You take those 10 trades with me, and you'll never work again. Tried and true. Works every time. Like fucking clockwork. Follow me on... is it Captain's Trades? Follow me on Captain's Trades. I'm only posting those 10 trades this year on that handle. You'll never get any other like a post from me there, tweets from me there, unless there's rules or something that I have to post. But other than that, you're going to get 10 trades from me this year. They're you're automatically assuming risks in this.
White House Press Secretary Psaki at the White House saying that President Biden will continue to act to address rising prices.
But if you want to build, this is a building an account. It's not really a challenge. Just how do you, I'm trying to, I'm going to stop doing live streaming at some point permanently in the next year. So what I want to do is I want to leave you with at least one system that I use that consistently makes me money. It's the safest trades that I make. It's basically the fucking JPM trade. I mean, basically that's what it is. It's not a collar, but it's one side of that collar. And it consistently makes money. You have to wait for it. It usually takes a year for that trade to start printing regularly for you. But once it does, and it gives you the ability to make consistent money in the market, so that when you're fucking around with me buying zero dates and you burn, 2 or 3 of them, you're not crying and saying I have to go back for a job. So it shouldn't take none but a year for you to make these trades. It's patience is the key, and you'll miss some kick-ass trades along the way. But if you add that tool to your toolbox, you'll always, especially if we do it, that's the key, is if you do it that 10 times with me, you're able to learn the discipline that it takes to make consistent money in the market, so that you can go and be a gambler the rest of it. But I know that a bunch of you don't have that tool. I know that because if you've been trading for, I don't know, a year or more at this point, and you're not quitting your job, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. There's a lot with that too. There's not just something wrong. You probably never traded large amounts of money and stuff like that, but you'll learn the trade like this. And this is, for me, I'm doing it with 100%. Like each trade's going to be 100%. But normally you don't have to do it with 100%. You just take that trade with, as you build your bank account. If you're done building your account, you just do it with like 10%. And even if you blow it up once out of 10 times, it's not going to fucking matter. It's not going to fucking matter. But I'll trade that. Just paper trade it with me over the course of a year. Tune into it for a year. And you'll see me do it live. All of them will be done on live stream, so there's a full-on record. You'll see me place the trade physically, set up an account for it. As a matter of fact, I'm such a sick fucker. So, you know what I did? I wasn't going to tell you guys this. So, so I skimmed an account. So... That's how much of a sick fuck I am. I could probably show it to you if you want to see. So I only put in the account. I only put $895.16 in it, because I wanted a flat fucking 150,000 in a brokerage. So I threw $895 in the account. You want me to show it to you? I'll show it to you. You guys are gonna be pissed at me. So I was like, hey, I'll bring it up on another account here. I'll show you. You want to see some cool shit? I'll show you some cool shit. Hold on a second here. So I was like, well, let me see if we can even log in here. Oh, I think I have to get a password sending an SMS. All right. I don't know if it's on my I don't know if it's on my phone or I don't know if this account's on my name or my wife's name. Hold on here. I just charged my phone. Let me see if I got an SMS. Hang tight here. Josie?
White House Press Secretary Psaki just reiterating that they do expect Russia to continue with their air and missile strikes in the Ukraine.
Hang tight here. You guys like this. You guys will enjoy this.
Ukraine negotiator saying talks about external security guarantees for Ukraine are continuing on Tuesday in an online format.
I gotta find out what my phone number is. Hold on. SMS to my phone. I don't know if it's my phone. Hold on, let me take a look at this real quick. Give me just a second. You guys are gonna like this. It's like, how you take some, I'll just take the 8 something. I'm like, and I'll make a couple test trades. See if I can run some spreads. So I haven't used Robinhood and fuck since it first came out. Hold on a second here. I know they've changed rules and shit. Let me see. What's my profile account? Hold on here. All right. Sweet. All right, hold on. Give me just a second here. You guys will like this, though. You guys can see if I'm a good trader or not, because I'm willing to show you this account.
Their position remains unchanged from the talks in Turkey earlier this month.
I need the newest code that is on the phone, on Mommy's phone. Yes, thank you. All right, we'll see. 501 account. He used to time them for 5 minutes, and they'd go right back to the reoffended day. Should teach them to mute. Ruins it for everybody else who follows the rules. I wasn't checking. Pending. Okay. Yeah. So this Twitter account is just for this trade I'm gonna put on for you guys. You got a number?
Yep. 5332110.
All right. Let's see if this works. Sweet. All right. So we'll see here. Let me see. I don't know if I'm giving identifying information away or not. All right. Ready? So this is the account that I set up. And I set it up with, skim the money off, and I was like, $895. I'm like, I'll work it up to $1,000 for the trade for all these guys. So that's what I did. I went to $895, then I went to $1,000, and then I went to $1,400, and then I went to $1,464, and then I went to $1,654. So this account's already up almost 100%. With that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 trades. Not a single bad trade in there. not a single loser. So it's almost up 100%. It's up 86% since I started that one. Now this isn't the trade that you and I are doing. I'll probably have to. I'll take the other $700 out of there or something. So it'll be a flat 1,000. But so of course I'm dicking around in this account, which I shouldn't be. I'm running different strategies, but it's almost 100% already. So if I'm taking these risky trades here, I'm going to show you 10 trades that are not risky at all. Way less riskier than these trades. And so that's 86%, right? So if you had $100,000, you have $186,000. If you had $100, you'd have $186. Oh. You guys are funny. Yeah, so this is the trade, okay? Is that the trade is the contest is how do you turn $1,000 in 10 trades, I think, into $1 million. I think that's what it is. So you make 10 100% trades in a row and you go 100% in all 10 times. So these are the safest trades you can make. It's some of the safest option trades you can make for 100% profit, not for your 10, 20% selling calls, selling puts kind of shit. Fucking butterflies, selling fucking butterflies and condors. There's just basic, safe calendar spreads at market liquidation moments. It's how I fund myself to trade consistently. Jesus Christ, I got like 9,000 text messages. But it's how it's how I consistently have money. So when you're like, "Hey, Cap, how are you taking all these trades?" This is the system that I use to make consistent money, so that you can follow along with this system. You shouldn't do 100%. You should do like 10% of your bank or something. If you're trying to build a bank or not work anymore, yeah, you do it. 100%. But just so you guys can consistently know how to make. I mean, how many of you guys make 5 straight trades with no losers? I'm gonna bet that it's a very small percentage. So, they consistently make a winning trade where you take your money and you run, you do it again and again and again and again. You get good at taking trades that are winners. The more winning trades you take, the better trader you become, the better investor that you become. You can start to hone in on your craft and on your skill. What makes you successful. Even if you have that one bad trade to blow up an account, that kind of stuff, that's fine. But there are ways for you to make consistent money, not just buying stock and hoping and praying that it comes back one day or the market comes back one day. Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, that's a higher return than let's just say some stocks. I'm thinking about some stocks that are up 86% on the year right now, or in the past month. Not many. So the trading handle is Captain's Trades. It's a private handle. You just follow it, and what you'll get in there, I posted the rules in there. You can see the rules. Go to my profile. You'll see the rules that I posted. The rules that I set for myself, and the risks associated, but nothing else. And every time I place one of those trades, you'll get a post with like an alert, and like an alert that you can actually see the ones that piss people off. But you'll only get them when I place a trade. So you see 10 of them, typically about 10 of them in a year, and you'll see the alert saying it's about we're getting close, right? This morning or this afternoon or the next day, I'll be taking that trade and I'll be live streaming it, and then I'll place the trades on Robinhood because I know that a lot of you guys out there are are new traders. This isn't meant for like an old time. Like if you've been trading 5, 10, 12 years, 20 years, you don't need this. You found a way to make money in this market for sure. But if you consistently lose money or consistently don't make money or want a tool that you can fucking dumb down as a dumb trader, we got lots of sellers moving in the market right now. I'm trying to push this below 440. We'll see if they can break it. Have a little bit more support here at 439 as well. We'll take a look and see if they can break through. A lot of support in here right now, but the sellers are trying to make that push lower. But I want you to be able to have a way to. I want you to be able to have a tool in your chest that you can say, I know I can consistently make money if I do this every month to 3 months. I know that I can make this money so that I can go fuck off and buy some fucking shitbox company, some shit stonk that you know is going up. That you have a consistent way to make consistent money trading the S&P 500. All right, you just trade the S&P 500. Trust me. You could do this trading futures. This applies to futures as well. This same tool applies to futures, though I do recommend that you do this with cash market, and then you take that cash and you run over and buy your fucking E-minis for your fucking $100 days on futures, or your $400 days, or whatever the fuck it is that you do with your better taxes and all that other stupid shit. But this is a way for you to make consistent money. It works 9 out of 10 times usually. You can get 10 out of 10. It's going to be hard to get 10 out of 10. I'm probably going to give it I'll give it a 60 to 70% chance that it works. It's got high odds. The trade is not that complicated. You'd really have to fuck it up to get the trade wrong. The problem is it's patience. You miss some really kick-ass trades when you're doing it. But the key is that little bit of risk that's there in the market, when you're like, I know we're going up right now. Even if the market hasn't liquidated, I know the market's going up. I should just take this trade. We're not taking any of those. This is a tool. This is one that you know that you always come back to. If you do it 10 times and you see the power of it, you'll always be looking for it every month and a half. You're going to be looking for that trade. And when you hear, sometimes on social media, you'll hear people say, when people know the trade's going to work, they go all in. Like long-time traders, they go balls deep, all in. This is that same system. This is that system that you hear about, or one of those systems, right? When you're like, I know traders that go in with $1 million and they short the market, and they make enough money they don't do shit for a month and a half. This is that kind of a trade. So I'll do it live with you 10 times for 1 year. And then if you follow along, I'll meet you in Vegas when it's done. And we're breaking through right now that small area, retesting the lows here. Breaking through, looking for that 440 break. If we can get that break at 440, or if we get this squeeze higher, if there's some profit taking down below, we'll take a look. Yeah, it's called. I think it's called Captain's Trades, like CaptainTrades, Captain's Trades. It's a one-time thing, you guys. It'll be one time. I only do not one, but I'm going to do this once. Any of you that have followed me since the beginning, any of you that have found me to this point right here. We'll do it. I don't want to talk about it now, but there's a whole bunch of other shit. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that you guys will wait and see. Any of you guys that are new traders out there, you're going to wait and see, because the panic is wild. You'll actually stop day trading when you're doing this stuff. If you do it real, if you follow me, it'll consume you when you're taking these trades. I remember when I first started trading large amounts of money, it consumed me. I couldn't get over it. Right, you have to get over each one of those humps. Until you stop panicking, right? And then you're like, I can piss away $50,000 today. Fuck it. I could burn $50,000. Just don't tell my friends. Like the normal people, they make that in a year. You can't tell those people because they won't understand. Here we go. Got that cash gap fill coming in from yesterday on the SPY right now. Market selling down, testing the lows on session. Still got down here this little bit of support, 80 bit of some support here at 440. 439, you might be able to hold on to a short down here to 439. See the buyers are slipping away a little bit here.
We're 45 minutes or so to the close of pit trading in energy markets for the day. WTI crude futures at $100.28, up $6 or 5 1/3%.
Be careful of shorts closing their positions here as well. If you're short here, don't get caught if you see a spring higher. Give me a second here. I might be putting a trade on. Oh, yeah. Look at those. Nice and cheap. Nice do or die moments. Nice cash gap fill. Closing it out. Gap has been filled. Nice little touchdown here at 4,400. Almost 4,400. Wait, 4,450 so far. Support down here at 4,400. 439. More buyers stepping in now. All the way down to 438. Watching call buyers step in currently. I guess we can get the history back from 12 o'clock once I reran this stream. Got some of the history back on the... back to the beginning here. See that nice little touchdown here. 440 flat, 439. You want to be looking on the right-hand side here. The buyers, you don't want to see like 50,000 buyers, 100,000 buyers swooping in. You want to see this. You want to see the buyers swoop in here to try to consume these sellers. Let's see if we can get this. Hold on here. Keep a close eye down here. See if there's a break or if we have more buyers down below at 438. Yeah, I'm looking at the 445s. I'm looking at the April 13th 445 Cs right now. They're down to 50 cents. I've got a couple of racks on hold here. I want to see if we have a snapback real quick here or if we break through. You'll see a rug pull down here. Watch my cursor down here. You either see a rug pull down here or you'll see a wave of buyers step in. So just watching real time, seeing what happens. Looks like the smart money's down here at 438, so we'll wait for that as well. Wait to see if we can get down to 438 so we can get them cheap. If you guys are ever trying to buy dips and you're like, I bought the dip and then it kept dipping, this is why we watch Bookmap, so see where the real dip is. Yeah, so that's what we do. We're gonna learn how to consistently make money. We're gonna learn how to stop working a regular job. We're gonna learn how to take money from old fat white guys' fucking fat greasy hands, so that you guys can stop fucking working your regular jobs. right there. Just have a break now of 440. 0. Next price target 4390 and then 4300. Some nice steep drop offs here too. Got a nice clean full 10 points here, another clean full 10 points below. Watching gold calls come in right now. January 20th, 27 Cs, 30 Cs. We looked at gold earlier. Calls on CLF. May 6th, 35C. I haven't had a single problem with my desktop. I'm wondering if I was just having fucking problems with so much shit on one circuit. I'm not having a single problem right now. Just keep this up here right now. Looks like some of these buyers are stepping up to 439 from 438 earlier. Got my finger on the trigger. You don't have to send me no money. You guys don't have to tip me. Don't worry about it. I'm doing this because I feel like I owe it as a trader, as an investor. I have like this, like I'm a dad, I'm a husband, that kind of shit. Like I'm what do you like? Take care of people or whatever. That's like part of my personality. So you don't owe me no money or nothing like that. You'll have more than the green week. Just don't spend the fucking money. Like, make a bank. Keep your job. Make a bank. Some buyers stepping in right now. Dip buyers stepping in currently. I just know a lot of people out there. I know there's a lot of between the social media, the noise that you hear out there, that you can get caught up. You guys, I see you guys all over Twitter fucking getting caught up in the news. You get caught up in the there's so much noise, and then if you dial out all that noise, you push all the noise away.
Mexico's March same-store sales rose by 8.8% year over year. It's for Mexico.
Then you end up knowing what to look for the right moment to go long, go short.
That's down from the 11.7% growth seen in February.
Yeah, I think that was last week, right? I think I made that money lot this past week. I think those are 5 trades this past week that I made. Or 2 weeks, or a week or two. That's $1,000. You make $1,000 a week, it's pretty good. Fucking dicking around with a Robinhood account. I don't know how the fuck you guys trade Robinhood. Oh, there's the other thing. You guys won't get day trades. Keep that account separate. So you're not getting day trade flags, not getting flagged for day trades and that kind of stuff. Keep it separate. Don't look at it. Don't fuck with it. Just leave the money there. But I don't know how you trade that shit either. I was like running through some trades, and then you can't trade on Robinhood like 0 dates, and you guys can't like close trades on SPY between 4 and 4:15, which was shocking. Like there's a whole bunch of shit you can't do on Robinhood. It's a shitty fucking app. Like Robinhood's probably the shittiest fucking app out there. I was like, fuck. I was like, that fucking thing is built to take your money. It really is. So you'll make this money, and then we'll send you to a legit broker by the time you're done. So you're not trading on Robinhood. I was like, what the fuck is with this fucking, like, I can't even begin to tell you. The whole thing is set up for you to fail. If you're a brand new trader, that shit is built to take your money. And fuck the PDT rules are built to take your money too, but you've got like the PDT rules fucking with your brain, right? I can't get out of a trade right now. If I break the PDT rules, I can't trade anymore. That's all bullshit too, but we'll talk about that. We have talked about it on stream before. But I can't believe that it's legal. I can't believe Robinhood is legal. The thing is fucking built to take all your money. Right down here, we're now down looking at 439. Those buyers are stepping back in again at 438. I still haven't taken a trade long here yet. So I haven't bought the dip, and then it kept dipping. Yeah, of course. Just request, and I'll blow through them and find out who you are. Chansu, I know you, man. You're in, bro. Yes, my favorite. Currently, my favorite. Tasty is fucking clunky as fuck, but it's the best. It's the best support I've ever had, hands down. It's the best support. I've had the best experience with support. I have a whole litany. I have to do videos on this shit because I talk about it all the time, but I never. Like, you want to buy your stock with a bank, right?
The March monthly budget statement at a deficit of $192.7 billion, wider than the $190.9 billion previously. Receipts were up 18% to $350 billion. Outlays at $508 billion were down 45%.
Trading the lows of the day.
Fed also released the minutes of their discount rate meeting.
I think, to me, Tasty's clunky. I don't fucking like, I've got Thinkorswim too. I feel like I spend more time on the Thinkorswim fucking website dicking around than I do with actually fucking
Dallas
trading.
and New York Fed director sought a half-point discount rate hike at the latest meeting. 10 other regionals sought the quarter-point discount rate hike as seen.
But the one of the best, why I like Tasty is I can place complex trades and cut legs off, add legs on whenever I fucking feel like it. That's one of the best parts. That's the second best part about Tasty. And then the best part, though, is the fucking customer service there is fucking outstanding. But don't ever buy stock through them either. If you're going to buy stock, buy it through a fucking bank. Like Schwab or some shit like that, Fidelity, whatever you want to trade with. So you don't get fucked over. So they don't put you on closing trades only. But I've had oh, there we go. I like that right there. Oh, yeah. Give me that snapback trade, baby. We're getting close. There's that snapback trade. What's that snapback trade? Here it is. Right down here. Give me that snapback. What is that price down there? 439. Give me that snapback trade right now. Puts her up to a $2.44 on 440 Ps. Talked about not liking the long trade. That the setup was great, but I was fucking suspect of it. And sure enough, it traded down. Didn't lose my ass. Here goes that snapback trade, baby. Look at that little push down below here. Still more sellers above here. Take a look at it better. Let's see here. Is that fucking snapback? Still some buyers sitting down here at 438. Still waiting down below. I think I want to say customer service, hands down. I was fucking trading at a ski resort out in fucking Colorado, and fucking internet went down or some fucking nonsense, lost like 15 grand. Gave him my money back. Like, okay, if there's one company I've had nothing but fucking baller customer service, Tastyworks. There we go. There we go. There we go. Nice bounce. Yeah, you got that put spreads are ball. I fucking love put spreads. I love call spreads, put spreads. Huh? I fucking love spreads. I fucking love them. See this area here, 442, 441, 60, 450, or 440. It starts down here at 440, 60, but the big sellers are right here at 442. So we'll take a look. Look for some resistance here. And then right here.
Just note the SEC reportedly adding 12 more Chinese firms listed in the U.S. to their HFCAA list. Sohu.com, Melco Resorts among the firms being added to the HFCAA list.
444s were down to 29 cents now up to 46 cents. All right, so let's have a quick talk. Let's have a quick talk about what I said this morning. Let's review this morning about what I said. Let's review this morning. Let's go back over this morning. All right. Same chart that's been up for a fucking week and a half, right? So we talked this morning about we bought this down here, right? Beautiful, right? Took profit here this morning, right? Gorgeous move. Talked about the two places to short. Here is one, and here is two, right? That you should get one opportunity to short, and then a second opportunity to short here, right? Now, hold on here. A second here. Now, I said to you this morning before the open, I said if we sell the bell, right, to expect another retest up high here, right? Which we got. We got our retest above, right? And then as I started to trade down here, I told you I'd like to buy one of these dips, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3 for a move higher. And then I started talking to you about my boy Biden over there, right? I'm like, I'm not really feeling this fucking Biden guy. And I think in here I was like, it's coiling, right? What would I do here? And I said, I don't really like that trade, right? So hold on here. Bring that back over there. And we start, going down here, we're like, what's going to actually take place? Matter of fact, even this part of the move right here, I talked to you about how it looks like it's going to go down. Remember I showed you earlier and said we're going to either squeeze higher or we're going to squeeze lower, right? We're coiling to that effect. And you had asked me what my opinion was, what we were going to do here. My opinion was that we were going down, if you remember, right? So it went down over here.
Czech Central Bank Governor Russ Knox saying the central bank is cautious with further rate increases.
We had the discussion about this bull flag here, and I said sometimes a bull flag will present itself, right? And you would take that trade right there, and I said this is why we have book map, right? And it doesn't look like it's actually going to squeeze higher. It looks like it's going to fall off, which it did. Now, that other conversation we had this morning was, once we retest this high here, right, that I would like to see us come down to S1 that then get to 450. And so that's where we're at right now is, are we going to test S1, which we just did, right? This is S1 here, right? So we're going to get rid of this. We're sitting here on S1 right now, and the question becomes, do we sell down to S2, right? Here's S1. This is support 1 and support 2 down below. Or do we look for this lower target today or into tomorrow?
Further from Rusnak saying that in the second half, inflation should return to single-digit pace.
So the question becomes here, right? Was this all the profit taking? Is everyone committed for us to go down and tag this S2, right? And we know you keep hearing me harping on the JPM collar that's down here, right? You guys know that I talk about the JPM collar up here. I'd really like to see this get done, right? We get done with this JPM collar and we're out of here. We're going north. But with that bullish statement this morning, I'm thinking that we're going to come down here, take profit, and come back up. This is my theory, right? Is that we come down here, right? We come higher here, and into Friday we actually come down here. We take profit at some point. So I don't really know where we are at this point right here. I want to see the buyers step in. If the buyers can't step in here, if shorts don't get closed here, then we can break through, right? We can actually break through now, come back up, and even continue even lower, believe it or not. If we start to see rolling put flow. So if you want to be looking for that rolling put flow and hedging down deeper, right? Because we know we can't go deeper without there being puts below 431. We need to see puts down at 420, 410 for us to actually trade down to 420, 410. If we don't see those puts there, we have what's called a put wall, right? It stops us from going any deeper down here. So we're going to have to start looking for that for where we are currently, see if we can get more puts down below 420. And I'm looking for them right now, right? April 13th. I'm not seeing shit down there at 420 for April 13th. I'm not seeing shit down there for 420s. I'm seeing everything's just 0 dates. And even Friday, I see nothing down there. I see a little bit at 420, believe it. Yep, I do see some 420 Ps for 12 cents for expiration on Friday. I see just 440 Ps for the 14th. So we're going to have to keep an eye out for if we see those puts come into the market. Let's see here, hold on. Let me take a look for Monday's expiry too. And I'm seeing calls for Monday for 445.
Central Bank Governor Rusnak saying that some moderate increase in rates is likely.
And we know that ultimately my position is bearish. So we know that, let's take a look at ES real quick.
Rusnak goes on to say that they will be waiting for new data and new staff forecasts.
We'll let this load up here. Give me a second. It's interesting. I'm looking at the candle on the daily candle on the ES. There's an indecision candle. So let's bring the market breadth indicator up, right? Move this down here. This is the market breadth indicator on the ES. We could have used SPX. Doesn't really matter. What does matter, what helps here to take a peek at is Follow my cursor down the bottom right-hand side, right? We continue to see the market rolling over, right? Which is what we want to see. We want to see the rotation, but also the breadth continue to go down. If you look here, we're at 45.9 or 603, 54.8% bullish. But the key number down here is 45.9. And we should continue to head lower here, right? We always see how this market rolls over in past time, right? Price doesn't matter. What matters is we end up getting that steepening of market capitulation at some point. There's a little bit of a pickup here at the moment, but we really want to see this white line right here. We really want to see this white line somewhere down here around 218, right? We still have a ways to go. We're at 603 right now. 210 is really, really where we want to be. So still have some time on our hands before we're at that market capitulation. We still have some ways to go right now, right? We know that we came down here from 630. We got 4,400. This seems like it could get us down to this 4,000 level. That we could trade down eventually into this level down here, right? We'll probably have a test here, but eventually to meet up at that 4,000 down below. Let's see here, put that away. So we're still waiting here, right? Still waiting for.
Are trending lower here and towards the final 90 minutes of trade. The S&P futures at 43.96, down 12.5 handles. The Dow is down about 90 points. We've seen a give back of all the earlier gains for U.S. equity markets outside of the Russell 2000, which is still up about 0.5%. We're straight up more than 2% in the early going.
Close that. Oh, yeah.
10-year spread
This is
wider
the
by
JP
33
Morgan.
basis points today. 272 in the 10-year, 239 in the 2-year.
Can't find it here. JPM collar trade down below here. Right there. Push that back over. See if we can tag that 433 into the bell. There it is, right down there. That's that JPM collar trade. I've got it tagged at 434. Well, this is what it is. The put spread is at 4340. But it looks like the buyers are down at 4330. Watching puts come in on K-Web, someone was asking about BABA this morning. It trades right alongside BABA. Also watching calls come in on Facebook. May 20th, 220C, $7.3 million on Facebook. So we'll take a look at Facebook real quick. Still has some room to go down. These 50s down here look good at 438, but still has room to go down to 438. I don't know if we get there, but still a little bit of room at 438. Look and see why we've got a current order book. Configure. Aggregate. So the trade on Facebook is 520-220C. We'll add 6 hours. It's got a decent algo score, but not a kick-ass algo score. Straight plunge down from 221. Mm-hmm. 210. Man, it totally fucking looks like it can keep going down. No, it doesn't actually. I like that trade. I actually like that trade. It's such a fucked up thing. I'm looking at Facebook right now, and I'm like, man. They can send Facebook back to the fucking Stone Age down to 137.10. Let's see where rock bottom is for Facebook. Looks like current rock bottom is 180. I got it tagged all the way down to 130. My assumption is that this is where the first dip bot was at 180. This is where the original buy-in was. It looks like it was at 184.60, so somewhere in here they want to save their asses. Keep an eye on that trade. If they stay in that trade, what I want you to do is this: whatever charting software you use, just create an alert at like that 185. Oh shit! Hold on, I don't want to log in front of you guys. Create an alert like 185 or so, maybe 200, and track that trade. If that trade is still on and it's down at 184, that's a fucking buy. I'll set it later when you guys aren't looking. Maybe set another one at 200, flat, even, 200. Set another alert here. And see if they're still in this trade. The trade for Facebook is May 20th, 220C for $7.3 million. See if they roll it or keep it, if it trades down in here. If they stay in it, maybe for a this is a good earnings play, believe it or not. I actually like the Facebook earnings play. But I don't like buying that trade right where it's at. I think it can still fucking come down. Like, here's the target, 200, and this 210 is another place. There's a small one here at 210, but 200 is juicy. SPY now still trading down to 438.58. There was a quick snapback and a reversal. Pullback here, reversal to head down. With a move like this here, and then the rejection, I'll be looking for... Hold on here. Now I want to see that collar down here at 433. To be honest with you, not the collar is at 434. The support is at 433. So I'd like to see that trade all the way down to 433. Let's take a look and see if it's still there or if we're going to snap back here. Because that 438 we talked about earlier, right? We talked about 439 and then a step down 20. I think we said 20 points.
Seeing more difficult economic times ahead, the Bank of France is cutting their first quarter GDP estimate to a quarter percent versus 0.5%, publishing their monthly economic forecasts.
We also have
Gilroy, the Bank of France.
We also have Biden at 3:45 that starts to speak in 1 hour, but I doubt that he speaks at 3:45.
French growth holding up, but more difficult times are expected ahead. The INSEE National Statistics Agency will be releasing its first GDP reading for the quarter on April 29th.
Let's see if that level's still down there, because I don't see it here. It's hiding down here. Oh, there we go. 436, 434. This is where the actual collar is, right up in here. $440s are now $2.77.
According to sources, the Pentagon has invited the top 8 U.S. arms makers for a meeting tomorrow to discuss getting weapons to the Ukraine.
Now almost 290. $440Ps expiring 13th. Just broke $3. 303. $319 on those 440Ps. Come on. Break. Might get a nice break here. Nope. Another bounce off 438. Still 215,000 contracts out on 440p. Come on. God, I fucking hate buying fucking puts. That shit only prints 1 for 1. Fucking puts suck. I gotta fucking hold puts for like 15 fucking minutes to a half an hour for like a fucking 80% fucking print or a 70% print. It'd be interesting to see if 438 was the bottom. You're down below 440 now. It'd be good to see a rejection here. I'd like to see another rejection somewhere up in here, and just get the collar just tagged. So we'll see if we get some rejection up here. There might be a rejection line up here as well. So see if we can find one up here or not. $439.30. There's a better one right there. 440. Yeah, 440's got nice. Let's see if I can find it better. Which is 442. Come back to VWAP. Get fucked out on that one. $439.20. It's close. $439.20. I'm like, I don't think it really trades back up in here to 440.50, maybe. You can see it up in here. The wall's at 439.20 or so. The support's down below here, right at 438. We want to see if there's a rug pull right there. No, my intro. So I'm reading your chat right now. So I'm not looking for. I'm not looking to buy any. I'm not looking to go long the market until the market rolls over. Until there's capitulation. Until I see capitulation, I'm not. I mean, unless it's 0 dates or something like that. 0 dates, calls and puts and that kind of shit. But other than that, I'm not looking to touch. Touch like, hey, I'm buying calls here or anything like that. I'd like to, because of where we are, I'd like to see us trade. I'd like to see. I don't want to buy another set of puts here and have it fucking come up and then trade down into the bell. So I'm going to wait to see if I can get another set up here. I'm going to look here. There's some resistance at like 440, 50 cents somewhere in here. So we'll see if this springs up. But it could roll over right away. So I'm out again. I'm just flat right now. So I'm gonna, but we're already down here, right? We've broken through 440, so we will retest it. This isn't really a retest here. We'll retest this at some point. But I would really like to see us just go down here. Now, question is, do you buy? Because I know JPM said something about, not JPM, SG said something about that the roll off on Friday should stabilize prices, we should trade higher. You still want to be paying attention to put flow coming in, and then, of course, market breadth. And if we see rolling hedges or put flow on top of hedge flow into Monday into Friday for lower prices down to 400. I'm interested at this 438. I wasn't when we saw the 440 and then we saw the 439 and 440, or excuse me, we saw 440 and then we saw 439, 438 for a quick 20 points. But I find it odd that it's sitting here at 438. I'm kind of like, it doesn't sound right. Like 440 sounds right. 433 sounds right down here. But this just hanging out at 438 doesn't. And I ain't buying Biden fucking price controlling at fucking 345 either. And that's what instituted all of this was when's Biden's speech. I guess we usually get a nice pump from Biden's speech, but the fact that it's at 3:45 in the afternoon, the fact that he's going to be late after the bell, brings volatility until his speech, right? So we're trading down into at least the 3:45 hour unless he gets pushed. No, now there's 217,000 puts now. It's back up to about $3 a put, 440p. Take note too that VIX is trading up to the previous high of 24.94 on February 11th yesterday at 4 p.m. Going back to retest the high again. 24.94. If you get that nice push up, it could send us down to that 433 down here. $439.66.
Pentagon officials saying that they believe China and Russia continue to seek weapons to hit U.S. satellites, and that space debris risk is growing at the Defense Intelligence Agency. Taking a look at the U.S. yield curve here with about 15 minutes to go before the close of pit trading. We're seeing some selling in the 30 and the 20-year, while the 10-year trades higher by nearly half a point. And that 210 spread has widened by about 5 basis points, with the 2-year yield falling to 2.39% today.
Give me just a second. I'm looking at TLT. So TLT sold off, and there's a bid on April 14th. 124C for 51 cents. There's also a bid on April 22nd for 127C for 44 cents and 130C for 13 cents. April 22nd. Kind of pissed at myself. I wanted to track it this morning and see if anybody was buying them today based on that Biden speech. I think I might place a trade on. I might take the. I don't know if I want to take the 130Cs. So fucking, like, it's such a pain in the ass trading T. Every time I trade TLT, it's like you got to buy them like a fucking month and a half out, and it runs so slow. It's old man trade. But I do kind of like. I like the idea of the April 22nd. Now, there's a bunch of interest on 130C. I don't know if they're getting that shit. But like 127 for April 22nd is nice. Is a nice trade. Dip buyers stepping in right now on the SPY. Got to retest the lows at the cash close at 410 from yesterday. Such a wonky ass place. Oh yeah, Willie's smoked meat. You can do that twice a year, right? That was a gang. That's a gangster. The interest rate related news. Yeah, the Treasury price and I bonds at 9.6% interest. Yeah, you can buy them. I thought you could buy it twice. I think it's. I thought it was 10K twice per year per person on those I bonds. I saw that a couple days ago. How is the hero so positive with where we're at? Good question, Zach. So we have a rotation, or not rotation. We've got dip buyers stepping in right now, right? And put sellers and call buyers right now where we are. And we have real money selling in the market. which doesn't care about your call buy-in. We've also gone down. You can see right here, right? We were at earlier at that 601, I think. We're now down to 576, which is good to see. Yeah, right there, 577. So we're slowly making our way down over here. We're now down to 576. I think we're at 660 just a bit ago. Now down to 44% bullish, which is not bullish. Yeah, here indicator is fucking buyers. Lots of buyers. Which is kind of odd too, because we were talking earlier about the crazy put buyers today, right? Before we started to roll over, we were talking about the Biden speech and why are so many people buying fucking puts right now on that 440p. Which is completely against the hero indicator. We were talking about this earlier on one of the streams that we were running earlier. That, you know, why do we have all this? The hero indicator is positive. We've got a nice, beautiful bull flag. We have all these things saying we're gonna fucking go up, and yet you've got an entity that just keeps buying fucking puts at 440p, right? So that's the question. Why is everything, or why do we have something that says we should go up? And would catch a normal person holding the fucking pretty big bag here, right? Holding this fucking bag here. I'm sure caught some traders, without a doubt. This caught some traders fucked. As a matter of fact, if you bought fucking calls in here, thinking it was going up, or up or whatever, I can promise you right now, we ain't fucking going up here. Even if we trade up here, there ain't no fucking way we're going above it. There's going to be a hard-ass rejection. Your calls are fucked if you bought calls here. These are actually a good rip. I took a quick call trade here and then a quick put trade over here. It was like a 5-minute trade and a 5-minute trade. This one paid pretty well. We'll look to see if we can get some reversal off this here. Trap in those call buyers. We'll look also for that. See that right down here? Not only to close the gap at the bell, the official close. Matter of fact, too, if you look right here, the official close here of cash market before the after hours, we had it down here. We touched down here. And this looks like another place for reversal, right where we are actually. Might reverse right here. Let's see it right here. It's a beautiful thing right there. Be a nice trade right there. It's currently 256. We know we've got Biden speaking at 345. So this has to happen sooner than later. We don't want the Biden pump coming out at 345 and be caught short. So this should roll. Hopefully, we can get this to roll right now and not have to wait. VIX is rolling over a little bit as well. No test of 24 99 or whatever, 25 whatever it was. Patience. Be careful when my boy here comes on Trade the News. He likes to say shit like we have a buy side imbalance, and then he comes back on and says, "Oh, we have a sell side imbalance too." Like in half an hour, he'll say something like that. Yeah, you guys can hear me, right? That's what I turned off right there. We got 2 mics on this live stream right here. I have no fucking idea why. This live stream's a hot fucking mess. All right, let's see what you guys are saying in chat. We got, aren't those guys in the money? The rates have not been updated on the website yet. Yeah, Willie, those I-bonds are banging, bro. I didn't look to see. I thought you could do it twice a year. I thought it was like 10,000 twice. I didn't know it was only once, that you could only buy those I-bonds once. I saw that. I saw a guy talking about it a few days ago. Yeah, they're 1 dates. I fucking call zero. I would call the next expiring as a 0 date. I don't give a fuck if it's 0 dates, 1 dates, 2 dates. Why not up? Why? No ripper. You think they sell the puts? Is this shaft and ball pattern? Wait for 3 p.m. Almost our power hour. Yeah, we're now at the power hour. If it's 3 p.m., we'll get our man come on here and tell us what's going on. 4:30. Anybody know where do we get the information? GPM call trade, what they bought, sold. Yeah, I get the information from Spot Gamma. They usually post the write up about it as it's coming in, the day that it comes in. Usually, what they're doing is, is Biden on right now? Yeah, so like what they'll do is the day that they placed it was here. The day that they fucking placed it, they fucking literally placed it fucking right here. Right on the 29th. They place the fucking trade here. What they do is they sell calls here. And fucking all the fucking retail traders buy them. And then they fucking impact the market. They actually push the market down once they place the put spread. So then they buy and sell puts, right? The crazy part is that I believe they're dated for March 18th, or excuse me, May 18th. Don't quote me on that. I was looking at them. They're on SPX.
We're inside 1 hour now to the U.S. cash equity close. Stocks remain near the lows of the afternoon, down across the board after the up open we saw this morning in the wake of the CPI figures. Crude futures holding on to gains of more than 6.5% today at 151 last in WTI crude. And the VIX now down about 1.6%.
And the trade is market moving. And the other crazy part is that enough people know about the collar or they fucking follow it, right? They fucking follow the put spread all the way the fuck down until it prints. Now, we've gone past the put spread in the collar in the past. But if we don't see continuation down here of hedging and put buying to bring us lower, which we need to see, It's the same with calls, right? And the way up, it's the same thing. If you're only buying fucking zero dates, you know, for 445 or 450, you ain't going to 460 today. You have to continue to buy calls outside the money, so these guys can get paid. Right, the bag gets filled and filled as you go up until someone doesn't believe anymore. Same thing is appropriate here as well. It works both ways, even in a negative, quote unquote, negative options environment. But you can see these trades every quarter. They tell you exactly what they're doing and where the collar is. And what they're doing right now, there's discords where people track to see when the big buyer comes in and buys $50 million in calls. So you're going to look for these put spreads to be closed, right? And then you're looking for what the trade is, and then you'll start to hear whispers. Sometimes, and then you'll see there's the cowboy too. That's Carl Icahn, I think. That's Carl Icahn. The cowboy trade. He'll provide liquidity down here, right? And then Ackman will come in and buy fucking calls to go higher. Watching May 20th, 184p on IWM for $1.4 million. Talked about JPM earlier today, and I said I didn't like that trade, right? JPM, April 14th, 130p, $101,000. We'll see if we can get this into the bell. Nice little rejection over here. Now trading down to 437.76. So you got people figuring out what the JPM collar trade is, and then they fucking amplify it. They wind up wanting to follow it, right? You're like, hey, if JPM's doing it, I'm going to fucking do it. Simple enough thing to do. And the crazy part is they pay for the fucking trade by selling the fucking calls. So the fucking calls are paying for the fucking entire trade. $435. There's 433. Huge buyers stepping in here too. Just be careful of this right here, okay? This is a large support area here. $440p is now $3.20. They're bouncing around like mid $2 for a minute. Yeah, it's a fucking free trade. You got that right, Josh. It's a fucking free trade. And they've printed the calls they've sold, and they'll end up printing the put spread. It's a gorgeous fucking trade. Now, the trade doesn't always print either. There are times when that trade has not printed for them, but it fucking gets goddamn close to printing. It ends up being a free hedge, basically. Well, I think Josh said that, right? So it becomes a free hedge. What's a free trade? Yeah, it's a free trade as a hedge. Now trading down to 437.35. See if we can break that 435 and get down to that 433. It's a long way to go. Or it's 4340 is where it's at on ES. Or no, SPX. I got that wrong. I shouldn't be looking at fucking ES. I should be looking at SPX. Yeah, we're almost there. We're getting real close to an SPX. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the screen. Real close to an SPX. There it is, right down there. There it is, right fucking there. So fucking close, yet so far away. Right there. Right down there. Almost there. He knows he wants it. Jamie Dimon's like, give it to me. Print it. Can you imagine being them right now going fucking $50 million trade? Probably like racking up fucking $1 million right now every fucking 10 points or so. Million. Oh, I love it. Fucking love it. No, all I've got is this here. This is my price target. My price target right now has been this collar. That's all I've been looking for the past week. This fucking collar to hit. I don't know if we gap down here or whatever. Not interested. The only thing I'm interested in right now is this JPM collar getting fucking filled. Yeah, I see that TLT curling up right now. I like the idea of this TLT trade with the Biden speech. There it is, right down there. Big fucking block right here at 434. This is where it's actually at. Right where this big block is. Now trading down to 436.88 right now. 440s are now worth $3.82, $3.85. I think the first time we talked about them all fucking day long, but the first time we really highlighted them was like $1.50, I think. Now at $3.89. The spread's getting wider on it too, like 10 cents. Some profit taking going on right now. Just want that plunge to 434. Let's just give the 434. How about 435.60? This is where it's at, right down here. A little bit of ice down here, 435.56. Real money selling, baby. Yeah, be careful about the Biden speech. It's at 3:45 supposedly. I'm gonna have to look this one. I'm gonna look it up right now. Usually we end up getting a fucking squeeze higher on a Biden speech or at some point. So we've got 29 minutes left until he supposedly speaks. He is late sometimes. I used to be scared of him giving these speeches towards the close, but they're all the fucking same. They fucking try to pump the markets up. I think I'm gonna have to go to the White House. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the White House's actual I'm gonna have to go to the White House.gov. We got 27 minutes. To get to 434.
We're inside 45 minutes now. The U.S. cash equity close. The pressure on stock markets continuing here. The Dow down 163. The S&P down 27. Gold futures catching a bit of a bid, up $24 on the day at 1972. The high was 1982.70.
Someone shouted out gold earlier. Looked bullish.
VIX
Good
is
job.
now up 1.25% on the day. The dollar index is up 0.3%.
Whoever shouted that gold
here
trade
in the
out.
final hour of trade continues to weigh in equities and other assets, seeing movements in other asset classes.
Little bounce here on the SPY. Still looks kind of weak down here. Look on the right hand side down to 436, 435, 60. Take a look at a candlestick chart. That plunge down here would be fucking perfect. Just that last little plunge down below here. Still have more we can go too. We know you get the one touch here, here, and here. If you're looking on a bigger scale, larger scale, we could easily drop down here, grab that collar at 434. Easily grab that collar. Just need that one little push. I wonder if they pull it up and save it for the overnight. Looks like we're trying to retest the highs at 25 right now. We've got the VIX screaming higher to 24.99. For whoever's asking about BABA earlier, BABA, December 16th. I never trust these. This could just be China fucking buying shit. They spend money like this all the time. But it's December 16th, 105C, $6.8 million. Some other notable calls: April 14th, Tesla 990C, $418,000. Bunch of puts on SPY, IWM, TQQQs, puts on AMD, DAL with puts April 14th and April 22nd, 36 and 35p. Small money, 18 grand, 27 grand. Some dip buyers stepping in right now. Still small money, though, in terms of are we going up here? It does get risky the closer that we get to the Biden speech, to be short here. At least historically it is. 436.88. So far the bottom. It's close enough in fucking hand grenades, though. Fucking tell you what. Been talking about that shit for weeks now. Another fucking 50 handles to go on SPX, it looks like. Just a heads up, don't be buying this dip here. You see, well, I guess you could, but if you look here, there's just a ton of sell pressure here at 439.50, 438, just feeding into any buyers down here. Hold on, I'm getting some weirdness going on. Yeah, 109,000 calls bought right here. 75,000 puts. Another 50,000 calls bought right where we are. Dip buyers definitely stepping in here. You can see the numbers right here, here, and here. Big call buyers stepping in right now on the SPY. Huge call buyers on IWM as well. These are the parts of live streaming where I'm like, fuck, if I wasn't live streaming right now, I'd be fucking digging through and seeing if they close those fucking put spreads right now. I'll hear about it later today. And fucking, I'll hear, there's a couple discords they talk about it in, but until I fucking hear about it, I'm like, oh, they still open right now or not? Is that what they're I didn't read that. Is that what they were talking about? A federal gas credit? I got fucked on I was part of Tanker Gang. The original Tanker Gang. I was in Tanker Gang. I was gonna have to take a fucking delivery on fucking 50 million gallons of fucking oil. We used to joke that we'd fucking bury it in the backyard. I wish I had taken delivery on it. I got fucked in that trade, by the way. But I made a lot of money on the actual tankers themselves. The guy from fucking Greece. But like I was trading fucking oil fucking futures. That wouldn't surprise me. Like a federal gas credit wouldn't shock me, right? And your taxes or something stupid like that. Nothing that they say would shock me right now. Brainerd today fucking saying that they're not going to do QT until June. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. I'm like, we just got in arguments about this 2 weeks ago, right? I had people screaming at me in chat going, they said they're doing it in fucking May. She's out there today going, fucking, we ain't doing it until fucking June. I'm like, oh, here we go. Fucking talking about again. No commitments. I got caught in the original Tanker Gang. Fucking A, man. Like I should have taken that fucking oil because I would have made bank. Yeah, I heard about the 80 tons of eggs. I heard about the 80 tons of eggs. Yeah, she said June, but forgot to mention 2023. Fucking Christ. Oops, sorry for swearing. I try to cut down the swearing these days on stream. Come on, just give me the fucking 434. You're so fucking close. Give it to me. We've got fucking, how much time we've got? We got fucking 15, no, we got 17 minutes to get down there to 434. Just drop a quick 40 points. Fucking fast 30, 40 fucking handles. We'll wrap it up. Call it a fucking day. I fucking love Tanker Gang. Did I really say fucking A? God damn it. I said fucking fuck. Fuck. Come on now. Get down there. Give me 434. Come on, baby. 436.77. Give me 434. Tag it for me. Tag it for me. 436.74. Come on down, baby. Give me 434. I'll take 435. Give me 435. How about that? I don't need it all. I just need part of it. 440s are now worth $4. 407 now. Fuck yeah. We're here for the swears. Oh, yeah, they would, Josh. They'd go to the moon, bro. Come on, 434. Give me just 435. Just an easy 4. I'll even take that over the 434. That's what that's what I should do right now is look up what March or May 18th. I think it's May 18th. For the history on the 434 put spreads from the top and see if they're at 100%. Those things got to be printing right now, heavy and hard. A little bit of bounce here at the 437 flat. 437, 436.67. Right down here. They snuck it right down there. These fucking puts are like up, down 30%, 40%. Well, maybe not 30%. They're up, down like 15, 10%. Got Biden speaking in 14 minutes. Also just saw come in Apple calls June 16th, 220C for $3 million. So big betters on Baba and Apple. This morning that he's back on YouTube, which is kind of fucking rad. I don't even want to fucking stream when he's on. I want to fucking watch his stream. I fucking love that guy. I used to watch him all the time, and then when I started fucking making videos, I stopped watching him because he'd fucking influence my videos, and I'm like, he'd like influence how I was thinking, and I'm like, I can't fucking, I'm not gonna go regurgitate Brian Watts shit on the internet. I'm like, we fucking pointless. But that's why I don't watch fucking YouTube videos anymore because of that shit. Because the fucking shit gets in my head, and then I'm like not parroting, but start thinking how other people are thinking. If he puts a schedule out, I just won't fucking stream that day and just fucking follow his ass. Guy's the fucking man. Now trading down to 436.67. It's getting close. It's getting close. We're almost there. Right down in here. We're almost there. Almost there. Watching lots of call buying right now, too. Calls on Disney, April 29th, 130C for $375,000. Calls on Nike, April 29th. All kinds of ER plays. April 29th, 125C. Some other notable ones. X, September 16th, 40C for $200,000. What else do I see here? Anything else interesting? This is an interesting one. Affirm, June 17th, 30p, $691,000. Also, to note, we talked earlier about Facebook. We said don't buy that Facebook fucking $8 million trade to look for a bounce off 210 or 200. Well, to look for the bounce and also look to see if those calls are still in play. So we're getting down here. We just bounced off 213.13. So just set an alert down at 210 or so, 210.50 or something, and check it again and see if they're still in those $8 million calls or at the 200 level. Just some alerts down here, 210, then we've got 200 down here. We know that the banks bought it. This is a bank buy-in down here, and they're willing to defend this right now. So if there's any kind of a bounce down here that you can grab in front of the rip higher, should see something like that between 210 and 200. But you want to, if you see this move down over here, just keep track of that trade. Make sure that they're still long on those calls down here, that they don't give a fuck about this move down for OPEX this month, because they're not going to care about this heading into what I think it was in June, right, on those Facebook calls. Or if they roll them into a new position. Let's say you see the $8 million calls are gone. You might see them rolled a month later. So just peel through the options chain. They have them right now for May 20th, 220C. Just keep track of them. This could be a good trade. I don't think it's a good trade right now, but I think it could be. If they stay in the trade or roll into it, they just say, fuck you, spend another $10 million, another $10 million, and they're committed. It usually eventually they eventually force it to print. Keep your eye on that trade. Unless that's Kathy fucking Woods. She's going to come out and announce that she bought the dip on fucking Facebook again. All right, we got 3:37. We've got 7 minutes until the Biden speech is tentatively going to start. And I'm not seeing anything here. There's no lectern and people shuffling. It says we will begin shortly. So it looks like he is running late again. I could be wrong on that, of course. He could pop up right at 3:45, but He's known to be late, like other presidents. I'm gonna expect this to be some covering down here. This is the time to cover, I think. We're getting too close to 345. So we got down to 436.67. Do I think that you buy calls here? Probably not. I'd like to see into OPEX. We sell off in OPEX on a Friday. If we could, even if we get up to 450 again, or if we get up to 450, that trade higher tomorrow for a second short down into Friday. Just take the short at 450 if we get that high. Don't buy this is not the place to buy the dip like, hey, I'm buying the market here. Even if you see market buyers coming in right here, watching more silver calls come in, that usually follows the gold trade. You'll see the gold trade print first, and the silver trade follows along. So we got some squeezing happening here on the SPY into Biden. You could play this. You could trade this for a 5-minute trade or something. Currently, as we head into the bell, but I wouldn't be holding it. Let's talk about that real quick, okay? I'm going to show you in a chart here, so you can see what I'm talking about. So the regime right now, right, is to sell rips. We know that already, right? We sell rips that we're in. Let me see. Bring this over here. So the regime right now, we know we got below 450, right? Once we got below 450, we're in negative gamma, right? We know that we have volatility, and we know we talked about a 1.5% move today, and we know that you switch from buying dips to selling rips, right? Now, I was wondering if we come down here today and test for, where's S1? Down here at 440 and trade back up here to 450, because we've seen this happen in prior CPI numbers. You get the first rip higher because it's not as bad as it's expected. We expected, right? We got that move like we expected here, and then the question becomes, if this was the first short, where is the second short? Is it at 450 up here? I kind of think that we went below 440 here, this support. So where is the second short, I guess, is the question. And in reality, it's going to be somewhere between 440, 442 in here. It's moved down. It's somewhere here. We've broken through 440. We know where this zigzag is over here. So it's going to be somewhere in here. We've kind of stayed in this zigzag close to fuck enough in hand grenades and horseshoes that I know a bunch of your asses don't make these trades, or close enough to horseshoes and hand grenades, right? So it's probably somewhere in this zone here you're going to see the second short. The key here, though, is let's say Biden says something great, right? Let's say we trade up here tomorrow. Unless we break above 450, we're still in negative gamma. So it's just another opportunity to go short. So where do you go short here for the next short, right? It's most certainly, or my point is you wouldn't hold a long in here because at any point, if we start to sell down tomorrow, right, you're going to get fucked unless you're trading futures as a hedge. So if you want to be a bear or a bull, if you want to be a bull, yeah, you can take this trade right now into the bell, sell it before 4 p.m., take the money and run. If you're a bear and looking for the next trade down, I would say you could enter your first short at the bell here. You could enter one and then re-enter tomorrow if we trade higher on some good Biden news. You could add into that for a Friday expiry. I'd buy them for like Monday or next Friday or something, so you have some play room for this next short. But there is another short. We went below 440. That's the key, is that we now have a new resistance here, whether you like it or not. This is a new resistance above us, and it's a big one. At 440 is now a fairly substantial resistance. Now even when you have that resistance, you can trade above it. It'll get retested. We know 440 is going to get retested here, right? We know before, even if we do roll it over, it's going to get tested on the way down. That's not bullish or anything. It's just saying that we always retest. And let me take a look. And the new price target, now that we've traded below 440, unless some event, some headline event that we don't know about.
Snow for the U.S. trade We are monitoring some headlines that have been circulating throughout this afternoon. 2 major international bridges have effectively been shut on the Mexican border as Mexican truckers have blocked
Yeah, we know
lanes in
about that.
both directions to protest a new border security initiative that's been instituted by the Texas Governor Abbott.
So now that we're down here, right?
Seeing some wider circulation of these earlier press reports now.
So now that we are down here, we're down here at 436. We didn't quite get the JPM collar. It's really what I wanted, right? Get the JPM collar in cash market and rip it fucking higher, right? And we're not getting that currently at this moment. So what does that mean, right? What we're gonna do is we're going to test this 440 now, right? This zone, and we're gonna try to test this here. We're gonna look for a rejection, right, to validate that we're gonna continue to head down from here, right? And the next place you're looking for is 430, not the 434 anymore. You're gonna be looking for 430, right? And then then you'll look for a break below that and a rejection to come back down. This seems logical with where we are in the breadth indicator to at least come down here and test this lower level. And this lower level that we're going to look at right now is this last time, right? 1, 2, 3. It might be slightly off of an ES, but for just the sake of hand grenades and horseshoes, it's going to be somewhere down here at this 420. Now that we've broken this 440, so we're going to look for that to take down 430, and look for that to take down 420, and we'll look for a liquidation event in this market. This could accelerate into, well, this is the 15th here. This could accelerate into the 18th. This is the, I believe OPEX is the 15th for this month right here. So we'll look for a, believe it or not, an accelerate. We're going to look for it. It might not happen, but we're going to look for it. It could actually take place into Monday. Sometimes OPEX doesn't, it ends on that fucking Friday, but sometimes that shit carries over into Mondays. So I'm going to look for some kind of a capitulate, some kind of a retest of 440. If you see the rejection, right, you're going to re-enter a short position to come down to 430 and hopefully come down to 420. Doesn't mean you buy fucking 0 to 8 puts for fucking Monday for 4 fucking 20. I don't know what they cost right now, but they're probably pretty fucking cheap. We'll take a look at them right now. Look at April, and we'll look at what we got there. April 18th, we said, right? We got the SPY. We're closed for fucking Easter, right? And we got Monday, 420 P's are 46 cents. Fucking expensive. You put suck. Jeez, this should be like a penny. You usually make they're 1 for 1. So, anyways, how much do they cost for Friday or for Thursday? The 18th. That's the 18th. 13th. Dude, 2 days for fucking 200 points. Bears would be fucking jerking themselves off for that trade, wouldn't they? And 420s are only worth 16 cents. They're not worth anything. They don't think we're going to get there. The market makers are like, fuck no, we're not going there. So we probably have a trade higher, and then maybe we continue on Monday. So we'll see. There's a lot to talk about here. The key, though, sorry, I'm looking at the what the market makers are pricing in. Hold on here. Close this up. I think the market makers like they want to see this. They want to see this bullshit before they believe, and they want to see this retest. They want to see a rejection here to explore 430. We could trade higher than that to explore and still have the rejection to get down to 430, and then to head down into, the other question that it brings up is maybe we're gonna, for OPEX, hit that 430, sideways it, and then eventually get down or meet up with this retest into May. This could drag us out. This would kind of suck, actually, if this happened, because you could end up dragging this shit out. You know what else it kind of fits in with is whenever we ramp up ER season, the indexes tend to fucking trade sideways. So this could end up dragging out into mid-May, believe it or not, which would really fucking suck for the indexes. Not really suck, but kind of suck. Just keep that in mind. you're probably safe down to 430. If you're going to take anything after this, look for like May 18th to 420 for your next target. If there's a chance for you to grab some puts, I would say your best bets for puts from now into May 18th is going to be somewhere up here around 445. It might be for a brief moment. Might not be today. It might be like next week or the week after. But you're going to be selling rips up here at 444, 445, somewhere in here. 445, let's call it. This will be your trading area here and here. I think heading into the panic of May. If I had to guess. And within this trading zone, you're going to be looking for that. Even if you get to this 450, you're going to be looking for this, okay? You're looking for anything up in here to fucking short. Short into mid-May. So we'll take some together. Let me see here. Clear all this stuff up. So yeah, like take fucking profit here. Even if it squeezes higher, just take profit if you're grab this long right here. This could go short at any time, right? Anytime we're selling rips. Anytime. Don't matter if it's here, up here, or whatever. Any kind of rip. You're waiting for a fucking rip, and you're going to keep shorting that rip down whenever you have the chance. Still don't have fucking Biden on. Still have some more stuff coming up. Ford puts coming in. Twitter calls April 14th, 45C, $153,000. What else do I see here? Some trades coming in for MTCH, April 29th, 96C. Baba calls April 13th, 110C. So yeah, just keep that in mind. If you're bearish on the market in total, just keep in mind that let's call it. Keep this whatever we want to call it here, in mind for your shorts. Just keep in mind to be patient with you getting in your shorts, right? We do have a lower high here and a lower high here. We're kind of breaking down from this, which is kind of good nice to see, right? You don't want to see a new high, so let's call it now at you want to be taking shorts at 445. Anywhere here between there and 440. Let's call it short between 440 and 445 right now. If you take a short in here of some kind or a long put, and we trade higher, that's your stop loss or your stops are up here, right above 445. Because if we go from making lower lows to higher highs, that's going to show that we're bottoming and swooping up higher. So this is your stops right here, 445, and anywhere from 440 to 445 for your next leg down to 430. I don't know if we get to 420, and then maybe we get to 400 or 4,000 in May 18th. Maybe I'm being too conservative here, but I don't think time's on our side right now. I don't think time's on our side to get to 4,000, like, because we'd have to drop another 200 points in the next 2 days. Or I would want to see that because I would want to see because I'm trying to think of it from the perspective of, let's say we dropped 200 points by Friday. Let's say we get real fucking bearish and we're like, fuck that, we're going down here, Cap. If you saw that drastic of a drop, I guarantee you're gonna see a fucking huge trade higher. That could happen, I guess. You can't say it couldn't happen. You'd see a trade probably to 450. And then a trade down, but there's not a lot of fucking runway for this to happen into, believe it or not. There's not a lot of runway for that to happen into May OPEX. Maybe. I guess it's possible. I guess there's probably like a 30% chance of that happening. But that's still a fucking huge ass move. That's like bear porn all day long. And that's bear porn. That's even bigger bear porn. Like you test this, then break through to 4,000. But I think that's still kind of trade it to the right always, right? Stick with trading it to the right. Trade what's in front of you. The Bears have a lot on their side right now. Want bulls to understand this, okay? Not only are you breaking this trend down, you're getting lower highs within within the wedge here. Okay, so there's going to be some capitulation at some point. It looks like right now capitulation. Price target right now is going to be 430. My price target of JPM 434 is still intact. So maybe it hits 434 and then slides through briefly and comes back up. But that's it for this month's OPEX. Look for 430. Expect 430. Not seeing a ton of puts down there at 420 as I was hoping for more puts down below here at like 420 to get us to 430, but I still haven't seen him come in. So without those, that doesn't help the cause for us getting there either. So looking for some more put flow. Maybe we'll see it after the bell tonight. Sometimes I try to sneak that shit in so that they can sell futures. Currently, without that put buying after the bell today, if we don't see that put buying, we should buy futures. I think here we'll end up buying futures. So unless there's some headline news to send us lower. So I'll stick around here with you until 4:15, or even if I get off at 4 o'clock, it's 3:54. If we close the bell at 4 p.m., I'll keep track and see if there's any huge put flow after the bell. Sometimes they'll sneak it in there so that we actually sell futures. And if you got any longs in here, I'd close them. Just take that money and bank it and be done with it. Even if we might even sell off in this bell right here right now. But just don't fuck around with this if you're a bull. This is all about selling rips, and you're gonna be looking for a retest of 440, and you're gonna be looking to get short one more time at 445. Cut your losses above 450, of course. That's all I've got for you today. It's 354. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I think that I won't have any fucking problems doing these streams. I think I was having power disruption. So I'll try again tomorrow if we can get just one clean stream going. I've got the audio, I think, kinks worked out as well this afternoon. I appreciate your patience hanging out with me. Please like and subscribe to these videos. Please tell your friends about it. I think you're going to see some advertising in the coming weeks here too. It's nothing invasive. You might see me have to spiel something in the beginning of the live stream, and you might see an ad in the beginning of the live stream, but that's as far as you would see. You wouldn't see me like in the middle of midstream doing anything. But I'm here for so many hours in the course of a day, and then having to do my own due diligence to make sure that you guys are getting accurate information, up to the minute information that I have to somehow support the channel. But I will be back with you again tomorrow to live stream with you. It's 3:55. We got 5 minutes left until the bell. If you are long here, remember you're going to lose interest on those calls into the bell once you hit like 4 p.m. If we do trade up here, you're going to see those calls lose a ton of value. I do recommend that you close them for whatever value you got out of those. Even if we trade higher here, right? If you think we trade up to this 445 or 450, keep the mindset, right, that you're bearish overall. Keep the mindset that we're trading down. Remember too, if you're like, hey Cap, when does that moment happen? That we've got the breadth indicator. It's still not low enough yet. And let me take a look at the breadth indicator real quick. Hold on here. Yeah, we're down to 548, 49.8%. Still not quite there yet. And, just remember, if you're a bull, right, take these tools and keep them with you. I want you guys to remember that whenever we have moves like this, right, there's usually always at some point a capitulation move, and it's usually swift. Not every time, but like fucking at least fucking 9 out of 10 times, you're going to find out that even if we trade higher today, right, let me see back over here. Even if we trade higher today, right, let's say we traded at fucking 450, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Usually, this isn't capitulation. Capitulation is like, hold on here. Now, let's watch this be the one time. But usually capitulation, it proves itself, where you get like a fucking move down like this, one more heave up, and another move down like this. And you're looking for this here, not this trade higher today for this move down. You're looking for capitulation. It's usually swift. It's usually over 2-3 days, a weekend, whatever. They usually trick it out in a futures environment, right? They can't get it done in cash market, so they do it in a low liquidity environment, right? After hours, Globex, and so we should have this at some point in the coming days, or even into May if it takes into May to get us down to 4,000 or whatever. Just be conscious of that as we trade forward here. That we're getting closer and closer and closer to that capitulation moment. You know, the candle is burning. There will be a day coming up in the next week or so, right, that you're going to see that move. Don't get caught fucking long in one of those moves. These are the moves that will blow you up, right? So keep the mindset of selling rips no matter how high they go in the coming days, okay? It's rare. It is rare that we like bounce like this and we end up putting another 200 fucking points on the board from here, okay? In cash market especially, where we didn't really get that JPM fill down here. There's probably another leg down. There's probably going to be violent at some point. Just reposition yourself once more. You got one beautiful short here, another beautiful short here, another beautiful short here, a little hiccup here. So if at any point we're able to get up here once more, a failure maybe at 445, take that double top and take it back down for that capitulation move, okay? Even though we're in with one more minute until the bell here, even though we're in the middle of ER season, okay, the market doesn't give a flying fuck about your ER season ever. They cares about where we're at in the market, okay. See if I can take a look at this. So yeah, this is the end of the bell here. Hope you all had a great time with me today. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you sticking with me. I appreciate the loyalty. I'll be back here tomorrow morning. I'll try to be on by tomorrow morning. I'll try to be on by 8. No, 8:30.
Tuning on the NYSE is now closed for the day.
Fucking guy's still not on. It's 4 p.m. Biden's still not on. So I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8:30. The key for me is if I can just turn this off and come back at 8:30, I'll be on at 8:30. If I run into a clusterfuck, it takes me another half an hour to get this shit up and running because I got so much shit running in the background. So I'll check all you guys out tomorrow. I got a nice little bump into the bell right there. And hopefully you took the money and ran off that last little trade higher there at the end. Good to see all you guys today. Hope you guys like this. I hope this helps you out in your trading every day. I apologize for fucking not being on fucking stream. I hope that the Twitter posts help you guys. It's hard for me to sometimes it's hard to post on fucking Twitter and be like, do this. Oh no, something different happened. We have to move this way. It's harder to translate that on Twitter, of course. And then sometimes you guys are like, what the fuck are you posting? And what the fuck does this mean? You trade what's in front of you, you trade to the right. And this, of course, it's like a choose your own adventure. You see something different, you move a different direction. So it has got nice to be back in the saddle, live stream with you guys each day so that we can trade together every day so you guys have someone to talk to and I have someone to talk to and bounce shit off with. Yeah, good to see all of you guys here today. Yeah, futures are going to be wild tonight, without a doubt. Yeah, it's good to see all you guys. Thanks for showing up today, seriously, and thanks for having the patience today with the fucking goddamn. Thanks for having the patience with the fucking. If I live stream long enough, it'll be smooth operating. Yeah, it's good to see you guys. Yeah, it's good. It's good to see you guys all helping each other out inside the comment section as well. And I hope you guys are having a good time trading, still learning, and this helps you guys out. I know you guys like having something there to fucking trade with you all day long. And wait till you see the new digs. I got building out a new studio in the new house, and so you guys will see some new digs. And hey, Tom, good to see you, brother. And I'll be down there fucking in my dungeon yelling at people. You guys will see people running in and out, talking and that kind of shit. And you'll hear construction. Hopefully you don't hear it in the background. and that way I can be there and be with you guys as well. So I'm not. So say I took a day today. So, but I will continue to stream until I move the operation over to the new digs. Look at that. Look at this selling coming in right now. Look at this after hours selling. This is pretty fucking. You usually don't. Just a heads up. You usually don't see this selling after hours that you see right now. There's a lot of fucking volume right now. You usually don't see this in Bookmap after hours. Some big, see that big selling in the after hours right now. Big. Okay. Yeah, paint covered t-shirts. All right, you guys all take it easy. Have a great day. I'm going to cut the stream short. I will leave the options flow up until 4:15. I don't see anything coming in right now, but I will leave the options flow up in the stream until 4:15. Dude, they will sneak this shit in. You guys know this, right? They will sneak this shit in at 4:13 p.m. So with days like today, when we start getting into these moments right here, I always really try to pay attention between 4 p.m. 4:15. You'll just see them slip it right in. What happens is they have to hedge those trades in the overnight hours, right? So they couldn't do it in cash market. This is an easy way to fuck around with the overnight price. And I'm interested to see what Biden has to say now too. You guys all have a great day. I'm going to sign off here. Catch up with you guys tomorrow. If any of you guys out there, I wanted to tell you guys something before I hang up here. A lot of people gave Brian Watts a lot of fucking shit on Twitter. When he left Twitter, right? That fucking guy is the GOAT in my eyes. If you ever see anybody out there talking shit about Brian Watts, go tell them to go fuck themselves and unfollow those fucking people. That guy is one of the best fucking traders out there. He fucking trades it live every fucking day. So support that guy when you see him. I don't know. I haven't checked in to see how his health is. I didn't know he was back on. So at some point I'm going to try to hunt his ass down on Twitter or on YouTube. Probably even just cut off for a day and follow or tune into his stream. You guys should always be supporting that guy. The guy's a day trader. Guy makes a living. And he's taught me a shit ton. I know that a fuck ton of you out there all over the place. People won't even, people have asked me, hey, Capo, can you show his, or use his scripts on stream? I've never done that. Those are his scripts. I use them for research still. But and you know that you guys pass them around. People pass them around all over the fucking place. So don't ever fuck with his shit, but, because that's what he is. That's what he does, right? So just try to support him out there. If you guys see him out and about in the wild, try to support him. And I'm serious, like, you don't know how hard it is for people to produce content, live stream, not make just videos. You don't know how hard it is to trade it day in, day out. You do, but I mean, when you got when you put you in front of a camera and a microphone and open yourself up to the rest of the world is not easy. And he caught a lot of fucking flack a month or two ago. Maybe it was longer. I think it was like 3 months ago. I figured he was I knew he was getting chemo at that time, so maybe he was just sick at the same time. And he was, I don't know what the reasoning was. I heard that he had made some bad trades or whatever, but don't fuck with that guy. Like, that guy, support the guys like him. The guys like him only help you out there. There are a bunch of fucking pumpers and dumpers out there, and you get guys like him. And look at this, 4:06 p.m. IWM puts May 20th, 187p, $680,000 just rolled in on options flow. So support people like him out there. You guys have seen me point out other video makers and content creators. You see guys like Jedi Marcus out there. You see guys like Derek Cotenoy out there. Those fucking guys. You see guys like Adam Mancini out there, that are putting out content for you day in, day out. Just give those guys a shot and be like, hey, thanks. Appreciate everything you do. Right? Hey, Walter Bloomberg, stop fucking putting caps on all of your posts. Because for all the shitbags out there, there is a nice class